Hi, I'm Gareth Thomas and this is my book Proud, and I'm very proud to call it a definition of who I am. I don't think ever I really thought I was pretty good at it. I've never been and never was that kind of person. People were telling me that, I could really make a go of it, and I had potential. And when I realised scouts were starting to come and watch me playing just down the road in Pencoed, then I kind of realised I had an opportunity of potentially representing the town that I'd grown up in and that I'd supported. And to me that was enough of a drive to make me want to work at that little bit harder and be that little bit more focused, take rugby a little bit more serious than I already was, because the potential, like I say, of running out on you and delivering the post in the morning to somebody who's then going to be sitting in the stand watching you play and supporting you, and this whole community thing for me, was kind of, it represented a lot of what I felt I was about. But like I said, yeah, I never thought of myself really as somebody who was any good. I used to take a lot of heart from people telling me I had a lot of potential. Yeah, it was real tough because my daily routine was I'd get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, do a post round, then come straight down the club here to do weights, then go back to work to do the second delivery of a post round. Then I'd go home and have like maybe 2 hours kip, then I'd come back down, do more weights and more training then with the team. That was kind of like the daily routine. And then with a postman you work 6 days a week, so Saturday morning, and this is where my father, who is also a postman, really became somebody who never really mentioned that much to me about success, but kind of I see that he thought I had potential, because on a Saturday morning I'd have to get up at 4 o'clock, go and do a post round, then I'd have to come straight down here, get ready to play a big game of rugby on the Saturday. But my father would always help me on that Saturday morning to mean I could get home a little bit earlier to maybe have a little bit of a sleep to give me the energy to be able to perform on the Saturday in the big game. So he saved me a little bit in that aspect. But he was the one who's kind of said to me, look, I want you to stay working because I'm not sure like exactly where your career is going to go. So if your career does fall down, I need you to have a job to be able to secure and financially support yourself. So when he realised that rugby was, and I was good enough to sustain it, then he kind of gave me the permission to be able to stop working on the post. I think the game of rugby has changed massively from when I first started, and I think part of me thinks that's a shame, because the way rugby is now means that a lot of the characters and the people who created like the philosophy of rugby are no longer around, because there's no place for them anymore, because it is all about it's all about professionalism, it's all about money, it's all about image, it's all about sponsorship, which is fine because rugby has now become a business, and with that business then it means that things have to change and things have to grow. But having seen the other side of it, then I kind of have had to sit at the back of the bus and like wave goodbye to kind of the old school of rugby, and and to a lot of the roots of rugby, which is, again, like say, if you look back and look at the roots of rugby, that's why I played, that's why I loved the game, and they're all gone. And people now, like you say, there's a big image thing, there's it's all about that, but it's all about who sponsors, who pays the most money, where they go. But times are changing, and you have to go with it. I just feel blessed that I was lucky enough for a little short space of time to play in the amateur era, and to play in an era where rugby was all about boot money, and people played not because of the money they get or the status they get. They played because they actually loved the game. And I'm sure there are players now that play for the love of the game, but I think playing for the love of the game and having 10 quid boot money is completely different to playing for the love of the game and having a couple of £1,000 at the end of every month. There's definitely a different mindset there.